How's it going, YouTube? Ace here, and today we're going to be reviewing All American Season 1. So without further ado, let's get into this. All American, created by CW but is popular by Netflix, is all about a football/drama true story, and it should have worked as a movie more than a show, but I can understand why. The show, of course, is all about Spencer James, or is mainly about the real Spencer Songjay. A coach watches Spencer play in one of his North or South Crenshaw games of football, and he is impressed, so he decides to let him stay in his house, and so he can attend to Beverly Hills High School, attend football, and play for him. Unfortunately, Spencer denies the request. As he walks home, the coach comes to his house meeting his mother, which is chemistry between both of them because they both went to South Crenshaw High School, and his mom agrees with the coach's request. It'll like they get away from the streets and everything, and that's what Coop thinks too, which is a friend of Spencer's. As Spencer tries to fit in Beverly High School, he meets a girl named Olivia, which is the daughter of the coach that he's playing for, and she just tells him how it goes around the school as he meets her brother Jordan Baker, which he's also into football, so he's playing with his dad. Asher, which is another football player, but he's the same position as Spencer. Then a girl named Layla, which is sort of interested in Spencer, but behind Spencer's back, Jordan and Asher are jealous of him, and they decide to ruin his life by making him drink, and later when football comes around, they try to wimp him out. But little did they know that Spencer would win their football game. Although when Spencer goes to his first football practice, he believes it was a mistake, that he shouldn't have came to Beverly and just stayed at South Crenshaw. And so he goes home to talk to his mother and his brother Dylan, as his mother reassures everything is fine in Beverly High School. The show may sound simple, but it works because the characters over time do change, and it does relate a lot to how we feel right now. When homecoming comes around for the football player, he doesn't really have anyone to bring, and he doesn't really care about it either, so he just brings his friend Coop, which notes she doesn't like boys, but she decides to just help him out and just take pictures with him, like stay at the homecoming dance, which is pretty weird because homecoming's the next day and the football game's also the next day. And Asher himself has been acting a little bit out of character, and he gets drunk and gets bailed out from, or being suspended for 2 games, and eventually loses his girlfriend Layla, and she leaves him for Spencer, which is not really a surprise because from all the scenes that you'll see if you watch the show yourself, you can understand why. But we all knew Olivia wanted to get with him, but instead goes with a guy named Chris, where he goes to the same school that Spencer went, Crenshaw High School, which they were friends back then, but then later started to have some rivalry after having like a huge argument after Jordan comes by his town to see what really goes on in his life, and they just start to be enemies. And then Beverly wins the football game against Crenshaw and Beverly, and yeah, they start being friends again. Then as we get to the grown people, there's a lot of drama with them too. Coach Baker has problems with his father, where Coach Baker's kids meet their granddad specifically, and they start getting along with him, and then Coach Baker gets mad at his kids for just talking to him because Coach Baker had a dark past himself, from talking about when he was going to school, his father didn't care about him. Another problem for Coach Baker is that he had a affair with Spencer's mom, where Jordan gets mad at him, but Coach Baker's wife is especially mad and kicks him out of the house. And after a few forgiveness, Coach Baker lives with his father for a few weeks. Then it shifts to season 2, which will be a separate video. But pushing all of that drama aside, I would like to say that this show is one of the greatest shows that I've ever seen in a while. It kind of compares to On My Block and Stranger Things a little bit.